everyone, welcome to Nixie Bobs, and I am certainly very, very excited because the new BagGal Bang Benefit Mascara has just arrived. Now, if you are going to purchase this, I'm going to give you some tips right now to get it for the best price. Look Fantastic. Do have a look at Look Fantastic because it seems like every voucher going is working with that. So you will essentially go on and not pay full price. And the most absolute place that you need to go to is completely and utterly QVC for this one, which is where I got it. Now, it is the beauty product of the month, and it is $16.56 on feature price. So it's $21.50 normally. Their normal price for it is $18, so no postage either. And obviously, if you don't like the product, you can also send it back. So if you are gonna buy it, if you really, really, really want to buy this, go to QVC, guys, my high recommendation. So we knew something out of this world was coming, and it was indeed a mascara. If you've ever used BagGal mascara, it's good. It's just not my personal favorite. So BagGal Bang must be pretty good. Apparently it's got these aero particles in it that make things voluminous. Now, it's got three big huge claims on the packaging. 90% saw dramatic volume, 94% said it instantly lifted lashes, and 92% said it lengthened lashes. So I don't know how it contrasts to obviously the favourite, which is their Real. Pretty excited to have a look at this. I'm testing it against the length, the volume, clumpness, how it performs. I've never had issues with flakiness or panderizing mascara. The one thing I will be doing over the next couple of days prior to this video going out is one that's going to make you guys laugh. We are going to water test it. Apparently it is water resistant, not waterproof. So if you were to shed a few tears, cry, whatnot, it will last. My big test is going to be with water in the sink in the bathroom. We are going to test that, but that will obviously not be done today. I am at the minute going to test it and see how it goes on, and then we will obviously have a look. So I'm not going to use any primer prior to going into this. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see my eyes wad better. I need to comb through my eyebrows. They look a little bit crazy right now, so I apologise for them. I cannot tell you how excited I am about trying this. Heard some really cool things about it. I love the packaging. Look at the cute packaging. So I like its pointy top. It's got a lovely like low life style lid, but it's not about the packaging, it's not about the design, it's about the performance of the product. It's not dissimilar in a way to their Real. If you look at this, the wand is quite fine, it's very light. I think it's quite flexible from what, oh gosh, yeah, look how bendy that is. Don't worry, I just got that on my finger. I've got a bit of tissue here. Very, very flexible wand. We are gonna put it on one eye, which will be this one, because this is the one that always has shorter lashes, and see how it performs. Oh, okay. So in one swoop, it's already kind of doing really awesome things. And it's not, although it's meant to be voluminous, I don't feel like it's clumping the lashes together, which is what I always fear with a mascara. So in one coat, we've got quite a good length there, compared to obviously none. That's pretty cool. I will say I feel like I can see a little bit of something on this eye, obviously, where I need to just comb through it a little bit better. But I'm definitely impressed. But then again, Benefit mascaras never ever seem to let us down. Let's go for another coat. The one thing I will say about this is that when you put it in, I don't feel like there's a lot of grip to get product off. So whereas when you dip their Real in, and you can feel the neck of the bottle grip as the brush comes out, I don't feel like this one grips as well. That's just one little thing I will say to you guys. So although it's drying as I'm obviously applying, I can still get the wand in there and separate the lashes through and fan them out. It is starting to volumize them by clumping them together a little bit, but can you see the length, guys? Like, wow. Can you see how high my lashes are? Kind of mad. You can really see the length that helps achieve. Oh dear. Oh, I didn't get any on the outside. That's all right. I'm just going to try and get a little bit more length on my outer corner there, because I don't seem to have very much. That's pretty incredible. It doesn't feel heavy on my lashes. My only disservice, I guess, with it is that it's kind of clumped lashes together. I tend to like more of a fanned out look, and it is making my lashes thicker, which obviously is a volumizing product. And it does that. It's blackest black. It's a very, very black mascara, I know that. Intense pitch black. Pro Vitamin B. Oh, look, there's a whole load of things I didn't read on the side here. Intense pitch black. Pro Vitamin B5 known to fuel strength and thickness. Smudge proof and flake free. Water resistant. That's pretty cool. Also, one of the tests we will be doing, which I'll record tonight, is how easy it is to get off. Because if there's one issue I do have with their reel, it's that unless you're using the right products, like if you're using just a general makeup remover, it's really difficult to get off. So the test with this, because that's something I don't experience with Roller Lash, I would love to know how easy this one is to get off. I'm going in for a third coat, and generally 3 is my top limit personally. So it seems like the more you apply, well, it does get longer, that's for sure, but it does tend to thicken the lashes, which obviously it's meant to do. But it's not, it's still adding length. It's cool. Just look at that. I'm gonna come in, I don't normally do zoom ups, guys, but I feel like you really need to see the length that this is providing me with. I'm just comparing one to the other. So I have no mascara on this eye at all, and I have mascara on this eye, and the length is crazy. It's really good. I'm going to come down and let you see my eyes down. I don't want to do posing, guys, but I just want you to, when I'm testing a mascara, I want you to definitely see the length it provides, and it's pretty damn cool. You can see an instant lift in my eye. My eye looks really bright. It's enlarging my eye. It's not uncomfortable. As I say, I can definitely feel that there's mascara on there, but it's not uncomfortable. But this was just our first impression in application. So let's go forth and do a couple of road tests on it before we sit down and talk about how I really felt after a few days of wearing this. Right, okay, that just about works. Okay, that's going to have to suffice. I'm very frightened because you cannot see how dangerous this is right now. So I have... do you want to see it? Just for a laugh, look. I don't know if you can see that, but we've got like several things making a tripod, and I'm quite afraid of them. So, I was going to show you, oh, by the way, here we are in my snazzy new bathroom. It looks much better than it did the last time you saw it. I said we were going to road test Bare Minerals Benefits BagGal Bang Lash Mascara. Now I have 2 coats of this on right now on each eye, and it is definitely dry. I just did wait a little bit before doing that. So I wanted to check its water resistantness or waterproofness. And I'm also going to show you how easy it is or isn't to get off. I've been trying this all week. This is now the 5th day of wearing it when I go out later. And the second thing is showing I've been testing getting it off all week. I'll go into a little bit more detail about it when I sit down with you later, but it's not been as easy as I would like it to be. So what we're going to do when we do that is we're going to test it 2 ways. One is with my general Liz Earle cleanser. The other way is with a general makeup remover. We're going to be using Garnier's Micellar Water. So in order to check its waterproofness, we're going to need some water in our sink. So we have a very full sink of water now. Just for the after bit, I'm going to show you now Liz Earle and Micellar. These 2 here, but not yet. So let's, this is going to be fun. And by the way, yes, I am in a dressing gown, just to clarify that, because I don't care. So I'm going to take a scoop of this in my hands, and I'm probably not going to be able to get this directly on camera. How does it look? So we've got definite, look, I know I've just done that to the extreme, but there's definite show, and it's kind of clumped together a little bit, if you can see that. I've definitely got just a little bit under here that's come down, but I will be honest, it's not like I've got huge great flaky mascara tears, so that's not too bad in a way. And also there doesn't seem to be a lot coming off as my face dries. I'm not going to touch my eyelashes, obviously. So no, it does. I guess it does pass the waterproof test to a point. Not too bad. To say the only downside is that it's definitely made the lashes completely clump together. You can see that. Okay guys, I had to stop and restart because by the time I'd done the water test, it became slightly implausible for me to then try and wipe off the same mascara because it wasn't responding the way it does if you've worn it dry for several hours. So I redid my eyelashes, I removed what I had, redid my eyelashes, and I've actually just taken a bath with it on, and as you can see there's been barely any drip, and I did get these wet a couple of times. So in terms of water resistantness or waterproofness, whatever it is, it actually doesn't do a bad job. As I say, I wouldn't say you could probably go to a water park with it or have a swim in it, but in terms of if you were in a movie theatre shedding a few tears, it may clump if you excessively get your eyes wet, as you saw with me, but in terms of will it hold on, yeah, it will. So I wanted to show you removing the product, because when I try to remove their reel, it can be an absolute bugger. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but if I try and get it off with a general product, it tends to leave a lot of residue that I'm still trying to clear off a couple of days later. Benefit did eventually do the Their Real makeup remover, but you shouldn't really need an additional product to get rid of a product. So I'm going to go into detail about how it's been to remove, but I'm actually going to physically show you. So I'm going to start with this eye, which I'm using just a basic micellar water for. No glim, no glamour. Just went off shot there to go and collect my cotton pads. I use this product quite a lot. It's a fairly safe product and I've never had a reaction with this. I know there was one recently where it said it had a bad reaction. It's never been an issue for me because it's a very sensitive base product. So it's removing it, guys, but I don't know if you can see. I'm having trouble already because the lashes are clumping and they're hard. Now, in terms of for a long-term look, that's great. You know, I should really be able to get it off, and after a couple of wipes, and I'm going to lift my eyelid up here to show you, the lashes are clumped and there is still a lot of residue coming off. So this is where I run into an issue with this product, because I could stand here and scrub and scrub and scrub forever. It's still going to leave me with residue. So showing you now with Liz Earle, I'm going to do it with a different hand. This is where being ambidextrous comes in very handy with life. So you have quite easily the same problem here, although it does remove a bit easier, but not brilliantly. I mean, it does take me a good 2 times of doing this to get it off. Nice, you know, I've never looked better, guys, come on. So it's removed better with Liz Earle, but in terms of I've got, look at that lovely black streak on my face. Let's just get rid of that. And yes, my skin is horrible right now. It's not the worst it's been, but in terms of removing it with Liz Earle, I'm going to show you, you can still see clumping of the product along the lash line. And if I just rub my finger along this, you're still taking it away. This is exactly the same problem with the eye I've just removed with micellar water. If I give you a quick little wipe, we've still got a lot of residue. So that's the test it does not pass, is that it is a cow. I was going to say a cuss word then. I do try and keep myself a little bit swear free on this channel. It does become a problem when removing it because it doesn't remove as easy as I think we would like. Does it lengthen? Yes, but is it removable easily? That's where it falls down exactly the same way as Their Real does. So let's go on to our final talk about it now. Okay, so this is not my most flattering angle, and the Winter Olympics is on behind me. I'm hoping to get it in shot, but the last couple of days, my eyes have seemed to get a little bit gunky towards the end of the day with use of this. Yesterday night it was at its worst, particularly on my left eye, and it's quite dried up. You can see a little part of it there. Sorry to be disgusting with you guys. Let's get rid of that. But my eyes feel quite irritated. You can see some dryness there. It's quite red. It's particularly this eye as opposed to this eye. This eye's affected a bit. My eyes were quite weepy when I woke up this morning. Fortunately, I would be inclined to say this is probably not for the sensitive-eyed or anyone who has ophthalmologist or hypoallergenic issues. I did actually soak my eyes last night. I literally if I ever get eye irritation, because I've been prone to conjunctivitis before, I'm trying not to get that on because I'll get told off. I tend to just make a sink of water and literally open my eyes under the water. And I noticed a lot of black residue come out in that from perhaps behind my eyes as a result of this mascara. If you'll watch towards the end, you'll see me discuss the problems in getting it off. So I think this actually creates a build-up behind your eyes, which is a big issue. But as of right now, I've got to stop using it, and I'll be going on to Tarte for the next few days because obviously that's a safe brand. But yeah, this is not good. Okay, so you just saw Saturday. I didn't obviously expect to have to do that quick clip for you, so unfortunately we've had to cease using this BagGal Bang mascara because, as you could probably see, it set my eyes off and caused irritation, pussiness. It wasn't quite conjunctivitis, but it was leading there, so I had to go on to pharmacy grade infected eye drops just to prevent any type of infection or prevent any type of conjunctivitis to which I am prone. Been taking those kind of irregularly, not as well as I should have, but I didn't really need to do them as to its instruction because I wasn't in full-blown, oh my god, conjunctivitis. If you've had conjunctivitis, you know how awful it is. I've had it twice, I think in the same eye, but basically if any little thing does get in my eye because I'm, you know, allergic to stuff and prone to infection, blah blah blah, I could set off with that. So I have not used this now for a few days, and my eyes seem to have restored themselves to pretty much calm. Just to kind of give you, you know, I said they were, just to kind of give you a better description. I know what I just mentioned, but they were itchy, also a little bit sore. I was blinking a lot, and I was getting probably towards, I think a couple of days into using it, I was getting like lumpy bits come towards the end of the day. And that was the beginning of it, and it was only when I got to I think the Friday or the Saturday, I went, right, okay, this isn't right, I've got to stop using this. To this moment so far, Benefit have not responded to... I tweeted them and said, just so you know, I'm actually allergic to this, I'm reacting to this, I can't use this anymore. They have not responded to that, which I think is a little bit rude. QVZ, you have been lovely. They're sending me out a free postage label to return it back to them, which I'll be doing in due course. Thankfully, I did buy it on there, so I was free to return it anyway. I will still say, you know, I am probably a minority of people who reacted to this, so don't feel afraid to go out and try it. I was also going to talk to you guys about the difficulties with this mascara. Now, in terms of it going on, it's great. I mean, you saw from my very first reaction before we got to this point a week later that, you know, I was really pleased with the length. The negative point of it for me is that it did clump the lashes probably a little bit more than I would like. In terms of getting it off, as you saw, this is why I like to go so in depth with a new product, because it means that I can really show you its great points and its bad points and show you how the normal person will react. Because as much as I love seeing it done and going at the counters, of course they're going to talk it up and say it's the best thing ever. That's what they're there for. That is their job. But when you're I'm going to say the phrase, bog standard normal person, you want to know how it's going to react to the normal person point of view. Hence why I want to do an idiot's guide for you guys. That's coming. Getting it off is a pickle. I love their Real Down to the Ground, but in terms of getting it off, it's an absolute pain in the arse, and I've mentioned that already on this video. Getting this off, as you saw, was a pain because I was left with residue right at the root. Not like this one does, this is Tarte by the way, but I was left with clumpy residue right at the very root of the lash. Just wanted to, I actually just came off camera, but I just wanted to alleviate a little bit more on what I meant by the residue. So you probably saw from what I did in terms of the water test and then the removal test, that, you know, Liz Earle cleanser definitely got the product better off my eyes, but a standard cleanser like micellar water, which probably many of you will have, or just like a general purpose makeup remover, did complicate it because it didn't all come off, which I showed you quite easily. I don't know why that is, because their Real does the same thing. Roller lash I don't have that effect with. Roller lash comes off very, very easily, but it literally, once it's like it doesn't want to remove all the product and it's very stubborn to remove. I don't know whether that's the 36-hour wear thing with this mascara, but literally, I mean, I can't scrub at my eyes too much because I'll upset them, as any of you would, but the residue, unless you're washing it off with a stronger cleanser like Liz Earle, I'm not trying to talk up Liz Earle, it's just that it removes it far better. I found, certainly when I was starting to use their Reel many years ago, that it literally would not budge for days. I would mascara my eyes the day after, I would have residue, and it would take me a long time to fully remove it. And that is a big problem with BagGal Bang. It has the same problem. It literally thickens your lashes because they're still clumped together at the root. I don't know why that is. I think it's something possibly they need to look at. Tarte, I can remove it with anything. Any other brand that I've used, Laura Geller, can remove it with anything. It's only Benefit that seems to have this problem. So that I just wanted to alleviate and explain to you guys with the residue. It literally, I don't know if any of you have ever experienced that, but once it is on your lash, it doesn't budge. And it doesn't budge for days unless you want to upset your eyes by scrubbing really, really hard, which isn't really advisable at all. You know, it's two negatives are the clumpiness and the difficulty to get off. Mascara shouldn't really be made with the difficulty to get off. If you remember, one of my very, very first videos was Fairy Drops Mascara. That had the same problem. It went on great, it looked really great on the lash, but it was an absolute arse to get off your eyes. Serious pain to get off. And unfortunately that one's no exception. So unfortunately for me, this is no good and it has to go back. But I'm sure for a lot of you, you're going to love it. Water resistant, we did check this. You be the judge, guys. Unfortunately for me, didn't work. Thanks everyone for watching this. As I say, in terms of BagGal Bang, this is only my experience with it. I'm sure thousands and millions of you out there will absolutely love it and have no problem at all, but for me, unfortunately, my as no likey. If there's something else you guys would like me to potentially look at or review, maybe it's a new product within financial reason, do let me know. I will, you know, please subscribe to the channel. I'm still attempting to make 1,000 by next week, but it's probably not going to happen. I just seem to have had an influx of people this month. It's been kind of crazy. So thank you everyone who's coming to watch me as an honest, normal reviewer. You know, I will see everyone again for another video, hopefully before next week. Bye.